Aisha, I've never met you before, but how do you feel? How do you feel at this moment?
In regards to what?
The reason I ask is because of your body language. It seems like, and I don't know you, so I don't have anything to compare it to.
It's time to start talking about solutions and pointing the finger at, oh, well, that's a perfect example. She didn't listen. I didn't listen because I was bored. Point blank. It had nothing to do with my intellectual ability.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And like you made a great point. You brought up the Nation of Islam. And that's funny because historically the last great royal or the last great empire that we have was an Islamic one, ironically. So how do y'all feel about that? Do you think that Islam would be the answer? Not saying I'm a Muslim because, you know, I used to be, but I'm really not into religion at this point. But if that was the past thing that worked for us, do you think that that can be a remedy today or no?
May I ask a strange question real quick? Aisha, I've never met you before, but how do you feel? How do you feel at this moment?
In regards to what?
Your personal feeling. How do you feel? Like, how are you?
Am I in a good mood today?
Like, how are you? How do you feel right now?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. The reason I ask is because of your body language. It seems like, and I don't know you, so I don't have anything to compare it to. This could be your physical representation of happiness. But I ask in as much as we got all Black folks here, we're discussing the issues of our community, and it almost seems like maybe you're a bit drained. And I don't know you. That's why I ask you.
I don't know why you're concerned with me being drained or not, but I'm definitely not drained, and I'm definitely listening and have been a part of the conversation the entire night. I just think that you guys were having your own dialect, and I probably zoned out a couple of times because you're long-winded, and I feel like I already knew the point of what was going to be said. But no, I'm doing just fine.
I yield the floor.
That was kind of strange.
Go ahead, True. You want to chime in?
No, I mean they laying down pillars. I think that there's a consensus thought, the fact that we do need structure, ideology. I don't know if we need to tie a tag to it, Islamic, Christian. I think that that's where things get a little bit muddy. And I think because we do that now, we're very trying to figure out what maybe be a superior approach. I think that we need to figure out what is most conducive for progress. And it could be as simple as patriarchal structure. It could be as simple as men are leading the charge. It could be as simple as having conversations. What I believe occurs more often than not is the men are not the ones who are so much divided. I think when we start having conversations, we're still battling the women that want to have a different approach to what progress looks like. And when we say, well, this is what we need to do, we'll be told we're not leading correctly. But then when you ask them, why are we not leading correctly? What are you comparing it to? Are you comparing to the fact that you have a job? Are you comparing it to the fact that you have a great FICO score? And then that's where it gets really, really muddy. So I think the conversation needs to happen amongst the families of each other, from an individual level, from the women of the community, to figure out what it is that they want out the deal. Because from an ideological perspective, we need to know where we're headed. Like, having a strategy is great. Conversations are great. Where are we headed? What is the point of gearing up? What is the point of formulating strategies? What is the point of any of it? Where are we headed? And I don't know if we can answer that tonight or maybe in the next.
True. I can agree to that. It's funny here because we're on this panel. All of us are Black, and I don't think women should lead at all. Just the simple fact that Marquett asked, I believe her name is Aisha, a question, and she said it was long-winded. I zoned out. This would tell you something about the woman's nature, right? You don't lean on the woman. Like, they actually supposed to be a good listener, but they tend to not really do that job good. Wow. You know what I mean? So we don't lean on the woman or have to ask our women for direction and things like that. No, men need to take charge, and we need to lead our women. She's a prime example, right? Prime example. And nothing on you, Aisha. I'm just saying, she didn't. Marquette was speaking very intellectual. he was speaking concise and clear. And for you to tune out and not listen,
I was absolutely still bored, and it has nothing to do with my intellectual ability. I'm 2 degrees in. They were going back and forth for about 10 minutes about the same topic, and I felt like it was very redundant. I think the conversation took a left turn and it went from the original topic. So when those two gentlemen started conversing amongst each other, in my opinion, it had nothing to do with what we were all speaking on the panel. So my focus just
I mean, that I'm gonna be honest.
to be fair, and even you, Illa, y'all talked about the same thing for about a good 10 minutes. So it wasn't
See,
that
this is
informative, in
I
my
got
opinion.
no
I'm
problem.
really not trying to be rude and disrespectful, but I feel like the brothers are trying to start this red pill, blue pill thing, and I just don't even feel like entertaining it because it's just not where I'm at right now. I think the conversation was about black fatigue, and then we went on to talk about Pearl and all of these things. I think I said this earlier. We all know that we have degenerate classes in society. We know that these things exist, right? We don't have to sit on platforms all day, every day, and discuss those. And to True's defense, like he said, it's time to start talking about solutions and pointing the finger at, oh, well, that's a perfect example. She didn't listen. I didn't listen because I was bored. Point blank. It had nothing to do with my intellectual ability or my ability to listen or receive information. So I just don't think that was true. I seen a couple of people. I think Sweeney dozed off. Like, let's be for real. I'm pretty sure he didn't hear everything the conversation was about, but he wanted to take his time to point out me, which I think is very lovely. And I love the disingenuous concern. But I was just clearly bored because y'all went back and forth for 10 minutes. And I'm not in the business of
I'm gonna slide after this.
Going back and forth. So I just let y'all speak because I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
Hey, look.
Can I just say I'm about to leave, Sweetie. I'm about to leave and I'm out of here. That's unfortunate that you said that because Marquett was actually breaking down solutions of how we can do that. He gave what he's doing. He gave stats about moving forward. That conversation wasn't even about me.
No, what he went into
Hold on,
was
I'll let
talking
you talk.
about global strategies in Africa. And as y'all know, I don't care nothing about what's going on over here in Africa, Jamaica, any of
hold on,
it. I only care about what's going on in the Black American community. So I'll
let you talk. I'm about to leave.
And I'm letting you know, like, why it was.
We heard you. We got it.
He started talking about solutions here, and then he went across the pond. And
no. We just. I'm gonna go after this.
First, I know.
Okay, but that's what he was talking about. He was actually talking about going home. I was talking about going abroad. So he was keeping it home. Yeah. I was just expanding the conversation, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact that you said, hold on, the fact that you said what you said after all of that proved that we have a long way to go, because you just did, and I noticed you did this on the last panel, because we was on the panel last time with Pretty Intellectual. You was bringing up how white men are like us, and then when she left the panel, you had a whole different take. So what I learned about you from that night to tonight is hold on. What I learned about you from last show to this show. Hold on. What I learned about you from what I learned about you from last show to this show is you're a follower. You don't have a mind of your own, and whatever's the flow. Hold on. Whatever's the flow.
He don't know me.
I'm good on that. But what I'm saying is, you either go with the flow or you're just a contrarian, because that whole conversation, the whole conversation. I mean, you undermining the whole night for real.
You're undermining
you undermining the whole night. But what I'm saying is, we were having a conversation that was open to the entire panel. The only reason why I would speak because no one was talking, and I think that's kind of why Marquett was speaking. Nobody was speaking in absolutes. Everything that man was saying, and I don't agree with everything Saint and Sinner say, but what he was saying tonight made absolute sense, and it was strictly
to you, though.
Hold
That's your
on,
interpretation
sweetheart.
of what he
You
said.
show. I
To me,
thought you
it
said
just
you
means
had,
something else.
sweetheart. You just said you had 2 degrees and you're so intelligent, but you're showing nothing but ignorance right
You're
now.
showing you all night. You've been showing. You've been lacking intelligence.
No,
on
I
the
just show
platform, and
passion.
you've been
But
interrupting and being
it's
disrespectful
cool,
all
sweetheart.
night.
See,
And I'm
women like
saying
you,
nothing to you.
sweetheart,
Men
use
like
the
you
degrees.
who are
I'm good. Yeah.
single, who are not in relationships,
You think
who
you
are
think so?
sad, who
You think
sit on
so?
these panels and disrespect black women all day.
I
Because
disrespect
men
black
shouldn't
women?
say anything to you.
I
You're
disrespect
mad
black
because
women?
I didn't listen to you. That's why you're mad. Because
You
you
don't
sit on
have
here
to
and talk
listen to me.
for
It's not
30
about listening
minutes
to me. It's
and
your
you won't let me
evaluation.
listen to you. I'm not finna keep listening to you babble
You don't have
all
to.
night.
It's
I
not
don't
about
want to.
you.
It's
That's
disingenuous
fine.
in the things that you just
That's
like to
fine.
hear yourself talk,
No,
sir.
that's
You like to hear
fine, sweetheart.
yourself talk.
That's
You
this, and this is why, ladies. This is why,
and
ladies and
nothing that you
gentlemen.
say is
This is why.
disingenuous. And
This
this
is
is why
why
and
we
this is
have the
why black
problems
women
we
are the
have.
most smart. This is why we own houses. This is why we
No.
what else?
You're being mad. You're being crazy right now. But at the end of the day, we was having a productive conversation. I think everybody contributed excellently. Even you. That's why what you're doing right now is mad weird.
What are you
It doesn't
doing?
make
He
any
tried to
sense.
call me out.
It
He literally
proves
tried
that
to call
you're
me out on
just
the
up
panel
here
to
to be.
start an
All
argument.
right, I'm
Now
not
he's
about to argue.
and you're gonna throw
I'm not
rocks
up
and
here.
hurt your hands.
May
He
I
literally called me out in front of
may
the
I
whole panel.
reply?
I didn't even
didn't
say
call you out.
anything,
Yeah, I
and
got you.
y'all
I got
doubled back until I had something to
No,
say.
you just sounded like
Now
a
that I
Aisha,
have
fake.
something to say,
Aisha,
You just sounded like a fake smart person.
Aisha.
It's cool.
That's why you had to bring up your
I'm
degrees
gone.
because
I don't got nothing else to
you're not that intelligent.
We good.
Now I'm talking to you. Yeah, do that.
Oh, she done ran off.
Damn it.
The clown.
I want to note that if we identify together, then we should be able to address one another. Meaning, if I say, True, how are you feeling right now? It's a legitimate question, and we can address one another and deal with the way that we're comporting ourselves. One of the things that I did hear Pearl say that I thought was reasonable, among a lot of things that were unreasonable, she said the attitude. And I have to agree with her. The attitude is sometimes not where it needs to be. With women, black women, it might be negative. And with black males, they might not be very masculine. They mumble when they speak. They don't make strong eye contact. They might not be responsible and timely. We all have our issues, but if we're going to be the leadership class, we should be able to take feedback and give feedback, because the truth of the matter, even if she was bored, and I've been in a lot of lecture halls, I've been in meetings where I've been bored. But one thing out of what's called decorum is that you don't make yourself look like that as an adult. It's a childlike thing to do. And so as a grown man, I asked her, how do you feel? Now she said, hey, I'm 9 months pregnant. The baby's about to come out and I'm feeling tired and having hot flashes. I'm just barely here. I'm like, I understand. I have understanding. But that's why I asked her, how are you? As opposed to saying, hey, the way you look right now, you look disinterested and impolite, and you're misrepresenting yourself. And if we identify as black people, you're misrepresenting black people. So when you hear folks talk about black fatigue, there are undoubtedly ways that we represent ourselves that need to be addressed. And if we don't address it, that's when it gets talked about by all the other ethnicities, and they call it black fatigue. I yield the floor.